Nigeria. And in 2 months, they have gathered over $1.8 billion. That is not money from crude oil. That is not money from taxes. That is not money from foreign direct investors. This is your $100, $200, 500 riyad, 2,000 randi. All this money you are sending. Cardoso is now acting like a champion in Nigeria, saying the naira is gaining its strength again because Kadobi is olopolo economist. Meanwhile, Kadobi is using the corrupt system that you have in Nigeria, and he himself and his friends taking a shot at the naira. When they have enough dollar in their kitty, they will bring it a little bit down because it will be available. Now, them the demand for Amabi. So the mental it is gone, is back there. And you begin to say, why can't this just stay for like 6 months? I mean, like, for example, right? If there is actually any real thing, the physical thing that you can point at and say, now this. So I just told you now, if all of us who are sending money to Nigeria stop sending that money via all those transfer app, talk to your own guy, talk to your agent that is sending money for you. Ask them, if I give you this money and you're going to put the naira in the bank account of my person, right? Are you doing that through the app? Ask your person now. Because some of you, I know, instead of the money you are sending to reduce, now Adobe has devised the means to say they are running away, Abi. Give them whatever they want. How much they want to exchange? 1,800. Tell them that they can take it 1,800. Give it to them. Just collect the dollar. We need it. So we are funding their failure. We are subsidizing their incompetence and their corruption, like without even noticing or knowing what you are doing. So you might think you are helping Nigeria. No, you are not. You are helping the criminals in Nigeria to survive another day. You know what they have done to Nigerians? But every dollar you put in their hand, every pound you put in their hand, you are helping them to survive another day. And that is why when you look at when they say Nigeria economy depends on dollar, because Nigeria imports almost everything. And then they say, okay, the dollar has gone up. Scarcity because of demand. Those who want to pay school fees, those who want to pay hospital bill, those who want to go on, government-sponsored training, workshop in London, in New York, and all these places. All this demand, they are seasonal. Those who want to go to Mecca, those who want to go to Jerusalem, all of this demand, all rested on the same dollar that Nigeria is not by any means earning. Because all the sources of earning this same Forex is dried up and is completely like tapped straight into the private pocket of these rogues. So every time you send money through their app, every time you send money that they have to give naira to your family member, when it is actually like through app, you are bailing them, and every dollar they can get is golden right now. Because if the dollar goes down, if the naira goes up and the dollar goes down, shouldn't that affect the price of things? Now, I think I have a theory for that, because it is artificial, it is fake, it is built on nothing. Naira is fighting back, Naira is fighting back, it's fighting back on empty stomach, it's fighting back on nothing. So that is why it can't last. Okay, it's built on nothing. So the moment the moment the lie is sort of blown up, it goes back to descending, and the business or the economy itself cannot adjust to it. If your exchange rate cannot be stable for at least 6 months, to start with 6 months, how is your economy going to react to that or stable? Because if you go to the market and you buy at a very high cost, and you have to resell back to your own customers, you would have to sell according to how you buy. Now, if you go there and they say, oh, dollar is high, and you buy at that high rate, And then you come back while you are trying to dispose of all of that. They say dollar has come down. And then you're like, okay, yeah, probably I'm going to go back now and then buy at the rate said that the dollar is now down. But by the time you go back, it's back up again. And there you are. You probably won't even be able to afford another supply. So you are stuck in between. So how is that going to? Because it's all artificial, fake, right? That is another one. Here, you see this issue of, this is now where I'm going to begin to bring some certain stuff to you, okay? But I'm going to take it from what Tifnumbu said. Tifnumbu said that he's going to honor these slain soldiers, okay? It's going to give them national honor because they are heroes. However, there are so many cover-up that they do not want anybody to touch. But we will touch it as we have found, okay? So they have told us now that Colonel Ali, the leader of these guys, the man at the top left, they said is oil bunkering ghost buster. Ghost buster means those who are stealing crude oil in Nigeria. According to this guy, he said, why would they kill them? They said the guy has been going everywhere to bust those who are stealing crude oil in Nigeria. And that Okwama's area and the whole entire axis is oil bunkering hot zone. Oil bunkering oil hot zone. Listen.
And I don't know what kind of, for a human being to go to that extent to do for people that came on a peaceful means, then there's something that goes beyond that. I know him, the CEO himself, Lieutenant Colonel Ali, of recent, because we have emphasized we want the oil production of Nigeria to increase so that we'll be able to have enough foreign exchange and then things can really go down because we all know the challenges we're going. And so he insisted that all illegal activities within the general area must stop. So he directed all his troops and they were stopping all this illegal bunkering, stopping all these things. And then these are the people benefiting from it. And so when this issue came, I think it came as an opportunity for them to also do away with him. And that's exactly what happened. We know who did it. We're following up on him, and it's just a matter of time. We're sure we're going to get him because they took away again arms. We must get those arms back. We must get those guys so that they can be prosecuted.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Did you hear him? That colonel was trying to help Nigeria to make money from crude oil. You know what Nigeria is going through. So he now took it upon himself to stop bunkering. So that Nigeria can sell crude oil and make dollar from crude oil. How could anybody just kill that person? But the truth is that if the man, like, let's respect the dead just for a few seconds, okay? You know, I told you, right? Make all of us, they do well, they do good when you are alive. Make sure say you do good when you are here, so that all of us no go come to your burial on the lie. You will be say now show malu, evil, wicked, that human. They'll come want me will come to your burial. On the talk say, she's such an angel. Oh my God, when she died, the entire community was so, oh God. Nalayo, you want me to come the lights. That's why. Do good when you see they alive. Yeah, but let's respect the dead for a few seconds, okay? Because, let's assume that the guy and his team, they left Kirby, they left Sokoto, they left Borono, they left Taraba, they left Niger. They did not touch Plateau or Benue, all these places where the terrorism is still so strong. But they felt so concerned. Listen, look at their faces. They felt so concerned. Otherwise, Nigeria losing money to oil thieves. And we soldiers, we are here. What are we born for? What are we alive for? What are we soldier for? We need to save Nigeria. So they took it upon themselves. So when they call them heroes, that will make sense that the people who were carrying out bunkering, stealing of crude oil, refining crude oil that they are selling, people in that community said they are security agents, they are soldiers, policemen. And since this killing happened, they said the Nigerian army have stopped everybody from coming there, including the state governor, the state commissioner of police. So no police is what, don't go there. It's a war zone. They don't want anybody there. So could these people have been killed by their colleagues like Milady Charm postulated 2 days ago? No? Now they said they know who did it and they will go after him. There is this young man who made a video, and it's kind of like, I don't know. But the guy said what they did in their community is not peace meeting. In fact, is a den of terrorism against not just the people, against Nigeria. And when they said they know who did it, they will get him. I beg you. Nobody say, you know what I mean? Like when they kill or attack people in northern Nigeria, the media in Nigeria will say bandits, Boko Haram. What else again? But you see this Okwama, suddenly they said the youth of the community killed 16 soldiers, combat-ready soldiers. Well, this guy seems to have already claimed responsibility for it too. I just want me you watch.
This one, now be my last video when I go do concerning this Okuama and Okoloba fight. Okuama and Okoloba, they get land issue. The land issue, small crisis called a day. Oh now, we be Ijaw people, we federal government give power to the bomb buckery, to the bomb diesel, and they cook. They use the same army, they escort their own, they go sell. They betray their own blood. That man, he go use the army, carry people from Okuama community. 3 people where they carry, they slaughter them. Now, they come back to come carry community leaders. And I know very well, say, once the community leaders are captured, the youth are powerless. The action take place. When they make comments, say, na peacekeeping, all those army come. Point of correction, no army come for peacekeeping. They fight in favor of Tompolo, because Tompolo have ordered them to do so. When they say, make I show my face, all these are comments, when they comment, now just ordinary written. Now writing, or just the write. If I know if you talk true for this my land, you know get where I go when I go talk true, when I go believe am. Now this video will be the last video when I go do. My papa, a retired captain for this Nigeria. He died last year. He retired as a captain in the army. And I don't lost over 6 of my friends and relatives for this Nigeria. Remember, as an army, this Nigeria is not worth dying for as a country. And they let you know. So, if you like, when I carry this matter from here to the next level, if you like, my federal government declare me wanted. I'm proud of it. Yes, I'm proud of it. Now they say, show your face. If I show my face, what do you go do me? What do you go do me? So to talk true for this country now a crime. No wonder where they say truth is always bitter. Crisis, day between 2 communities. When I know if you call the elders, I know if you call the leaders to settle the issue amicably. You they want oppress one side for other side. You they call them peacekeeping. And so they keep peace. Okay, now na go school pass. Now na know the law pass. Now so oppression. This country, if not be for one thing, I for say, make it be like that. North, day or north. South, day or south. All army, if you dey serve this country, serve with sense. If you be police, police with sense. This Nigeria, your country is not worth dying for. I dey tell now, no get sense.
I don't know him. However, his face is out there. It's out there. And he's been fingered as one of the Okwama's youth that the Nigerian military have declared wanted. Somebody who made video to say what was really happening there, the business of the Nigerian army, and why they are taking side, who is actually funding the operation, Tompolo. I suppose open like shrine somewhere or something. I mean, make I just open a prayer house somewhere. Because I remember when I did say, Nigeria never finished like this. The giant of Africa, that has the military, which you have the army, the navy, the air force, the DSS, the NIA, the DIA, the MU and all that stuff, right? Security, there was like, but yet that Nigeria who has custom, immigration, civil defense, Yetiala and all that country cannot protect our own pipeline and waterways against the smugglers of his most precious Forex earning resources, oil and gas, that they have to use a retired terrorist, because Tompolo no different from Shekau. Now the dressing different. Their weapons are weapons of mass destruction. We know that. They will say the operation is different or somehow. But Tompolo, Baba, Tompolo, government Tompolo, the guy where Bokwari they pay 4.2 billion naira every month for 7 years. Bokwari they pay him 4 billion naira every month to protect the pipeline, because if they no give him, in boys go blow him up. So instead of getting him arrested and they're prosecuted and even jailed, what did the criminals do? They offered him a deal, and he's now the one protecting the pipeline of Nigeria. He's now the one arresting vessels, stealing crude oil. Tompolo, they fight Navy on top water. Navy, they guide ship with stolen crude oil. Tompolo boys, they come. They say, Captain Musa, is that you? No, you are not taking this one this time around. No, you are not taking it. I'm arresting it. Former militant, they arrest Navy, because Navy can't they steal crude oil. And the militant can't they guide their oil. Here we are. What happened to his own operation? That means he's the police of himself, Nabi. The whole waterway is controlled by Tompolo, courtesy of the giant of Africa, Iluoshi. Imagine Saudi Arabia, giving the pipeline protection and guidance, including refinery guidance, to Osama bin Laden. At least he was a Saudi. He's from Saudi. That's what Nigeria is. Iluoshi. But you know something? That boy said majority of the guys who did there in Tompolo that they work for, from your colonel to your general to everybody in Tompolo. You want to make money in Niger Delta, you work with Tompolo. So who are those who gang up and killed these people? For real, who killed them? What is that connection with Bayelsa? and the 11 people, you know, say they kill 11 people in Bayelsa, innocent people on the streets. Eh? Imagine you waiting for your daughter or your son. Say, look at this boy that I've sent to go and buy us so and so for the past 1 hour. You can't come out, they look for him. Junior. Pow, pow, pow. That's it. Because Nigerian army are looking for somebody they said is a militant, that their investigation showed that it was part of those who killed soldiers in Delta State, story alone. A lot of people have theory. But before we go into their theory, here is one of those who are now ready, telling everybody that you kill soldier, you die.
Our soldiers will die for Delta State. Now cry, because me a Delta boy. I know what I don't face for this country. I don't go Meduguri, spend 4 years, fight. I know how many Meduguri soldiers they come from Meduguri die for their state to protect their land. I know how many Katsina, I know how many Katsina people who come from Katsina will die for Katsina. But when I get my kill our soldiers for Delta State, and all the South people just they comment, rubbish comments. They say whether soldiers will they die for North, whether they put them online. Have you been to Meduguri before? Have you been to Katsina before? Now Google kill you for that kind of talk where they talk. See, we not fit forgive anybody. We kill the frontline soldiers. We must avenge the death. Even me be worried boy, I pray make a day among the operation. I do good things to the good people. If you don't like this uniform, even though say my mama, you don't like this my uniform, I swear to God, I declare you my number one enemy. I'll come for you. When I forget say those that live in glass house do not throw stone. If all you touch one hand, you go affect the other hands. So as when I don't prize, when I must collect. No often now they say, these soldiers, when I forget say the soldiers get family, get wife, get mama where they pray for them as they fight for the country. When I kill them anyhow now, they feel say, behead them, open their stomach. I will do good things to the good people and bad things to the bad people. Since you don't.
I'm so sorry. The audio is really, really very low. I did my best to shore it up, but wasn't up enough. That's a Nigerian soldier saying, talking like a regular court or a courtist. Out. And you can ask, what kind of training they give to them? Soldiers. Those are the soldiers who drug addicts. Well, he was there saying, I've been Niger Delta boy. You get my kill soldier. You do not know that if anybody that kills soldier is like killing my brother, like my blood. I just pray that I'm part of the operation that will come there for you. You don't prize. Soldier, they tell citizens that they don't prize. He's talking to civilians, because he's going to be so strong and feel powerful to kill any civilian and show that power. Well, I will take you to this chart before we continue. What is really going on in that place? Especially since this operation fish out the soldier slayers. Let's start with this.
The first instance that the military cannot be entirely a judge in its own court, that the military should allow access onto the crime scene. Even the governor could not access it. The commissioner of police lamented yesterday. It's not done that way. It's unfortunate it has happened. But to get to the root of it, the military may have to step back. The place cannot remain a perpetual operational area. No, I think they have done enough operation. And let them step back so that people can go there, investigation properly done, and then the root of the matter is reached. Going to recommendations, you will agree that these are just symptomatic of the fault lines of the Nigerian state. Is going to continue if nothing is done drastically to address the structure, the conditions that make this possible. Take, for instance, 16 military men. Out of the 16 military men, you have how many officers? you have a lieutenant colonel, you have 2 majors, you have a captain. Then before you talk of the rank and file. This, by every definition, is a strategic team of that Bomadi battalion. It's not the tactical team. And so what was actually compelling about a peace mission in that place, that we require the strategic team going for a tactical mission. So it shows that there are so many things underlying that we are not talking about. That if it were actually for a peace mission, wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it have been better for those community leaders to be summoned to the base in Bomadi for discussions to be held? This was not done. Instead, the entire leadership of the battalion went to Bomadi and be so exposed. And if a mission like that is being carried by the strategic team, why was there no enough tactical cover that they were just gotten and taken out like that so cheaply, the Nigerian military? That is uncalled for. So you will see that there are so many things that are wrong. The Niger Delta today is a big crime scene. What matters in the Niger Delta is oil. And everything is subordinated to oil. And so even the lives of the people, their livelihoods, subordinated to oil. And so the mandate is that go and get the oil out at all costs. All of these have to be addressed. If they are not addressed, nothing is going to happen. And the place is under siege. The psychological pressure on the place, take for instance, if you are traveling from Warri to Port Harcourt, you will encounter more than 200 roadblocks. So the people are harassed on a daily basis. And it is for nothing but to say that oil must flow at all costs. So if we are addressing all of this, it must be made clear that Niger Delta has to be opened up in development. If we are opened up in development, I don't think we will need so much of military presence for the oil to flow. Right now, every military officer wants to work in the Niger Delta because we know what is involved. Underlying all of this is the issue of bunkering, and it's something that we are not bringing to the fore. But it's so unfortunate because if it is not addressed, it is going to happen again. And we will come back to saying the same things, that, oh, we ought to have done this. Who did this? And then the military will move in again in their normal way to level a whole community in search of culprits. I think that the government needs to adopt a different approach entirely. Now the narrative has been to heap the entire blame on the Okwama community as against any other reason. And it is not true that Okoloba, it is not true that any misunderstanding between the Anurobo community and the Ijo community could actually bring that level of crisis, that level of tragedy that we witness. It is not true. These communities, the Ijo and Urobo, they are so integrated, so intertwined, that nothing happens at that scale. For instance, I give you a measure of that is, Bayelsa today is considered as an all-Ijo state. But the deputy governor, the current deputy governor of Bayelsa State, is an Urobo man, Lawrence Egujakpo. His own community is right there in the heart of Bayelsa. That is Bayelsa West, Ofoni.
There is more, right? How do you find that? I mean, you are listening there, right? And before I even kind of add my own, to it, he said it loud and clear. The directive is oil must flow. And that is why you will see a military, a soldier, they will rather want to work in Niger Delta area because that is where they are making the kill, stealing crude oil. How do you think Nigeria was losing 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day for over 6 years under Bukwari? How do you think that happened? Just like this. I'm interested in what that man is saying. You should too. Continue.
In the heart of Bayelsa, that is Bayelsa West, Ofoni, completely integrated, but they have not been assimilated as a cultural unit. And so for people to say, oh, something has been lingering between the Urobo community and the Ijaw community, it is not true.
Mr. Ogbodo, if you may allow me to interject at this point. Sure that, you know, while we're talking about these communities, you know, it's one thing for us to say we are not able to get in, but we know for a fact, confirmed reports that people have left. These communities are now deserted. Are you hearing anything from these people? Why haven't we had any official reports? Why is nobody speaking to these people who have run away, fled, escaped their communities? You know, from the people that, of course, you have boots on the ground. Have you been able to have any, you know, indirect interactions with these people who have escaped these communities to get an eyewitness account of what they experienced? Or are these people currently being silenced?
Yes, many of them are putting their stories on social media, but we can't just trust that. But the truth of it is that these communities we're talking about, they are rural communities, almost like fish settlements that expanded to their community. We're talking of a community of maybe less than 1,000 people. They are afraid. They won't even want to come out to speak. Because what is in their head is that wherever you are found, you will be taken by the military. And so a lot of them are even running away from coming out to say anything. Just the leaders, by way of maybe the king of the area and other community leaders that are talking on their behalf. As we talk, there is nobody, no life there in the community. It has been taken completely over. And the soldiers will not even allow independent people to enter, to know, to have an assessment, on the ground assessment of what actually happened and what is happening now. Everything is, like the commissioner was saying yesterday, that everything is by signals from his men on ground and DPO and all of that. Why should the military? They are the ones accusing. They want to prosecute. They want to also adjudicate. It doesn't happen that way now. What jurisprudence allows that? And so, if we want to get to the bottom of this, this community, these are real ordinary people, ordinary folks. They don't even have the confidence to come out to say, oh, this is what has happened. A lot of them call. They call to say. And the story is that, oh, we have so many people killed. And we don't even have the evidence of those that have been killed. Because nobody can even access the place to know what is happening. All of us, we are in the bush. Some of us have run away, and so many have been killed. That is the story we are hearing. And nobody can get into that place to make a confirmation, to know whether it is true or not. Did the military deny that the place was not razed? So how will you now confirm that the place was razed or not razed? Is it not by visiting the place? And nobody can get there. Not even the governor of the state, who is the chief security officer of the state. You see, these are the fault lines of the Nigerian state we're talking about. The military is acting as if it is a sovereignty. No. It's subordinate to civil authority. If the president has said there should be investigation, who are those to do the investigation? The secret police is there. The normal police is there. So can't they collaborate, even if it is going to be a joint effort? Can't they collaborate with other security agencies so that we get the objective perspective? But now we just running with a single narrative. It is not proper. It is not proper. And now every other person is saying, no, the corporates must come out, the youths of, making it look like there are some people hidden in that community that must be brought out at all costs. If that level of crime has taken place, are you sure that the people that really perpetrated it will still be there, waiting to be arrested? The answer is no. Nobody has been able to give the exact circumstances under which those gallant officers were taken down.
Okay, I want to ask you this real quickly as we wrap up.
So which means you would never know. The military is doing everything to cover it up. They are not allowing anybody to access the place. Yeah, they continue to say the community should bring out the killers. Well, the community is already deserted. The people cannot go back and ascertain how many people have been killed or still left. And for those who know Nigeria military very well, they would have taken they would have taken all the bodies, make them disappear. They did it in Lagos. They did it in Kaduna. That is what they do. They will kill people, kill Nigerians, take their bodies away. To be